Welcome to CLIC Connect. I'm your host, Craig. We've got a first-time guest today. You know how much I enjoy that. We've got an industry leader, but before we bring him out, I do want to thank our good friends at Red Roof Franchising. Give Matt Hostetler a call. They'd love to talk to you if you're looking to reposition your hotel. I want to talk about their extended stay asset that is doing great. They've got a new prototype out there to look at as well, plus their soft brand, Red Collection. You know, maybe you're an independent hotelier. You want to have some help with that reservation system. Give Matt a call. And don't forget about their world famous economy brands. Matt and his team are there to help you. They are on fire and growing. So good time to talk to Matt and the team and thank them, you know, for being our production partner on the show. And let Matt know that producer Danny and I sent you. They'd love to hear from you. One other bit of housekeeping. CLIC 8, March 5th and 6th at the Westin Long Beach. You can register at CLIconference.com. Use promo code EARLY, all uppercase. You can save $200, okay? That's going to go away on January 1st. So register now, join us, be there. Brands, lenders, owners, management companies, asset management, insurance carriers, so many more hotel professionals there, all in one location. So join us for CLIC 8 on March 5th and 6th. Without any further ado, I would like to welcome Chip Fritsch, COO and co-founder of Hotel Investor Apps. Chip, welcome to CLIC Connect. How are you?
I'm great, Craig. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. You know, we've talked. We haven't met face-to-face, but you've got some incredible products and some incredible work going on, and you're a leader and a founder of Hotel Investor Apps. So would you do me a favor and please tell the audience about yourself and your company?
Sure. So I've been in the hotel space as well as the company for, going on 2 decades now. Started out in hotel operations, doing everything, every role that you can imagine in a hotel, moving up to sales, and then up through GM. And one of the things that we found through that life cycle was inefficiencies in the hotel software ecosystem. And so that was kind of the origin story of Hotel Investor Apps, was as operators trying to find software solutions for our day-to-day needs, from and how to best integrate all the disparate systems that a hotel needs to use on a day-to-day basis just to function. But more importantly, all the inefficiencies that it created on the back of house system from the accounting side. And so that's kind of where Hotel Investor Apps came from and how we got here.
Nice. I love it. I love innovation, and obviously you do as well, and your team. So how is the company going to solve the need for more modern back of the house technology? It seems like each department's in a silo today, and the ownership group's in a silo. You've got the asset management group in a silo, and apps aren't always talking to one another. So how are you changing all that?
That is very correct, but it's not even just those couple ownership groups that you find. You even have management companies that have, say, 5 or 100 plus hotels, and each hotel is in their own little micro silo. So even though you're using Home Depot for all 50 or 100 hotels, you have 50 different Home Depots spelled every which way up and down the alphabet. And so then there's no way to do vendor spend. So what you find is that, and then you're hoping that you're using an external purchase order system or something. So what Hotel Investor Apps is doing is really trying to centralize all those ecosystems. So both, from hotel management and ownership level, so you can have full cross portfolio reporting. But then we also have ways that you can put your ownership entity in. We have multi-tiered legal structure, so you can have your holding, your ownership, and then we manage access to all the different disparate levels, but you're all in the same database and ecosystem, so that you know, the data can freely flow between, and it's just managed via, you know, user roles, access rights. And then since it's all in the same database, the asset managers can utilize that same data for the business intelligence, business analytics component as they look at trends across brands, franchises, regions, or you know, asset types. So that's just one of the things that we're always driving towards, is that kind of full holistic perspective.
I love that. Well, you opened the door for me. So trends, what trends are you seeing in the industry around back of the house and technology right now? And are there any brand limitations? You know, my feeling is the brands probably don't even get involved, but because this is all just within the house on the ownership side and all of that. But what are you seeing in trends, and what about the brands? Is there any involvement there?
Yeah, so that's a great question. A lot of trends are consolidation is probably the biggest one.
Yeah.
Consolidation has been happening across the industry for years and years. You know, one, it starts with, you know, the hotel owner that gets in. They start with maybe like a Red Roof Inn, like one of your, you know, your product sponsors. That owner, you know, expands to 2, 3, 4, and then they start branching out to other franchises, other brands, and expanding their portfolio. Then the second generation or whatever comes in, or there's M&A, and those, they get acquired and they upcycle. So as that happens, you have all these disparate systems, and or so there's consolidation from the ownership perspective, and then as things grow, you just have a lot of different tools and systems that you're building patches and workarounds in to try to streamline and aggregate your data together. And so over the last, you know, decade or so, we've seen a number of companies pop up to try to help with that. Few are centered around the general ledger side, which is kind of how HIA was founded. You know, so we focus on the GL, and then we offer modules and tools to do everything from purchase orders, fixed assets, accounts receivable, contract management, and the list goes on. So one of the things is when we work with organizations, they might be using Blackline for bank reconciliation. They're using Sage Timberline for fixed assets. They're using XYZ product for business intelligence. They're using XYZ for their accounting products. And then they might even have, okay, we have our really small boutique properties running on QuickBooks. We've got our you know, our select service running on software system, you know, Z, and then we've got our big resorts running on this other system. And so, and then to do a consolidated corporate portfolio, they're dumping everything back in Excel or into yet another accounting software. So then suddenly you have 3, 4 different GLs in the mix. You've got 6 different other tertiary products feeding in for AP automations, purchase orders, fixed assets, depreciate, you know, everything that you can imagine under the sun. And it's just the point of errors just expands when you get into all those integrations and the pain. And so with having all those modules available in HIA, we start eliminating some of these other systems. And one of the trends you talked about was also, you know, on the consolidation side is just streamlining the number of vendors you work with. And you have one point of contact, you have one system, you know, you have one holistic truth within your organization. You're not trying to validate, all right, it says this in system 1 and this in system 2. Which one are we marrying up, and which one are we going to take and utilize for tax filing purposes?
Well, I mean, the time savings alone, okay, you know, there's bigger chance of error, the accuracy, and one system dumping to the other one. You know, it's just like, no, I'm getting a headache. You know?
A headache, but it's also on the human capital side. Imagine then you have turnover these days. Everyone's feeling burnt out. You know, well, one, we're rolling the holidays, so burnout is, you know, just even higher, right?
Good point. Yeah.
But even so, we all survived, or we hope we survived the last 4 years of this hectic life cycle that we've had.
Yeah.
And employee turnover, the burnout is still being felt from those years. And so re-educating your team as new team members come in, you know, instead of training on 5 systems, you're training on 1 or 2, or, you know, and it's just you're simplifying that process.
Well, I mean, consolidating that tech stack is, in my opinion, is a must. Okay, there's way too much out there. But before we dive down that rabbit hole, what about the brands? I mean, are you guys? Do you need approval with the brands? Is your system solely separate, where the owners, the asset managers are good? They don't have to go get a brand out, approval.
That's right. So no, we don't need to be Hilton franchise or any specific brand approved. Um, and hotel owners typically like to keep the GL a little separate from the franchisors.
Really?
Yeah, it's shocking, right, Craig? So and so no, we don't need any specific approval, and we tend to we play very nice with everybody. If
Right.
people want, and we love to work with the branch, we love to work with owners, and we want to just see everyone succeed and grow their respective portfolios. But what and we'd love to work with the brands closer to develop tighter integrations but many times we work with the existing solutions that are available, so that way we can turn on the data
Right.
feed as quickly as humanly possible without lengthy support ticketing processes that no one wants to go through. So typically a GM or a manager can set up the data feeds from the property systems.
Absolutely. No, I love that. Now, you stumped the band with me. ERP technology. What is ERP technology, and why is everybody talking about ERP technology now?
Yeah, it's a great little acronym, and we're not awash with acronyms in the hospitality space, are we?
No.
So enterprise resource planning, it's a term that it's just a catch-all for systems that are going to be used to run your business as a whole. So it's a term that has definitely been used, and there's ERPs that have been around for literally decades and more. Um, but ERP is becoming more and more well known in the hospitality space now, just because people are looking for that holistic solution that's going to offer them that single platform rather than having the disparate systems. So HIA, as the hospitality ERP, we're offering a single solution to manage your GL, your AP, your AR, contract management, whether that's for customers or accounts payable solutions, fixed assets, purchase orders, project accounting, construction management, and the list goes on. So ERP is really the centralized hub or nexus of information for your organization. It's your single source of truth. It's the system that's going to help you try to automate something that you spoke about earlier, and streamlining, giving those efficiencies back. So whether that's creating approval workflows, so that you have proper audit trails, and whether that's setting up notification templates or business events, so that when XYZ events happen, you get an email because producer Danny's out there swiping the corporate credit card, and you're not getting it from Amex, but she's putting her expense reports in or anything else like that. So it's just building all your workflows into the centralized system.
I love it. You had mentioned something that it's got my curiosity going. You said construction management, your applications are applicable with that as well. Now, we've got a ton of PIPs that need to be done with every branded hotel across the country and globally for that matter. How does it come into play to help with construction management? Because we've got more hotels in the planning stage than I think we've had in decades at this point. So there's a lot of ground up, there's a lot of repositioning, and there's a lot of PIPs. How does your system work with construction management?
Yeah, for us that would be called like project accounting in our system. And so project accounting is a great tool that allows you to kind of segregate costs. So as you have whether it's a general ledger, just JE entry, or an accounts payable, or anything else, you can build out a specific budget for a project that rolls up into your overall portfolio budget. But then you can have one or more or multiple concurrent projects ongoing at the same time, because you might want to actually break out a PIP or an innovation to, let's just say it's a full service facility. You've got, an FF&B component, you've got your rooms, you've got your soft goods, you've got all these things, and with different time variables and components, or different respective users that need access and controls, and just how you want to track costs. In a lot of systems, the way that you would manage that today is GL code upon GL code upon GL code, and then or even sub account functions, which we of course support as well, which is so. But with project accounting, you can create these projects that all aggregate into a streamlined set of GLs that you can look across your whole portfolio. It can aggregate it up, but then you can also have specific budgets. You can do retainage. You can tie your purchase orders into it, and which then roll into your fixed assets and your project for depreciation and all that. So just as you look at a PIP or a new build, a construction wing, the project accounting really lets you segregate the cost to those specific builds, and then see that rolled up as construction and progress on your balance sheet. But then you can always break that out.
See, I'm loving this idea twofold. One, the GC who gets the contract can have this program, and all of a sudden they can include, for this specific project, the owner, the architect, the designer, the lender, the insurance carrier, or the owner can insist that all these people have access because they've got this system, and inform the GC to start using this. So you've got a product here, not only for, and we'll take it a step farther, the brands can be involved as well and see exactly where it's at, because that's going to help them with planning, their inspections and making sure that you're hitting those dates, for completion on certain things. You can have everybody involved on one system, and everybody's got access. Everybody knows what's going on. The lender's double checking to see, okay, they sent me a draw request, so I want to see what's in here. And yeah, we're going to pay this. We're not going to pay that. And the owner knows exactly where every dollar is going as well. The brand can come in and look and go, oh, okay, the foundation's in, the framing's is in, and okay, now I have to go out and start making inspections, for certain things that are being done while we're either renovating or building this hotel. I love that idea a lot, and I like one source for everybody to have access to.
Yeah, you can definitely do that, and you could even set up automated reports to go to interested parties at a time. One of the things that also works well with the project accounting is our Excel API integration, Excel Connect, which allows you to synchronize your HIA database live into Excel, and accountants, project managers, asset managers. If there's one tool, if you tried to pull them away from it, would be from their cold dead hands, would be Excel. And so, we've embraced it. While we centralize everything in our GL and as a single source of truth, but we allow you to simultaneously work in Excel and push and pull live data back and forth. So we've just kind of embraced it and allow you to just interface, from Excel directly to platform, from platform into Excel, vice versa. So
I'm loving that idea. That is brilliant. All right, Chip, are you ready for the lightning round?
Let's do it, Craig.
All right. Producer Danny's going to put 2 minutes on the clock, starting now. Revenue.
A must-have.
Real-time analytics.
A growing trend, and sometimes harder than people think.
Mobile app.
We have it.
The cloud.
Again, it's must have. A little an amorphous idea, but very much real.
Social media.
I'm a voyeur. I view a very little posting content.
Tech stack.
Needing review.
There you go. App development.
Complicated.
Nice. Checking into the hotel.
Hopefully a pleasant and fun, invigorating experience, but potentially painful. So
there you go. Aisle or window?
Aisle. You got to deal with the little bumps and bruises, but aisle.
There you go. Reward points?
Yes.
There you go. You did that with 41 seconds. There you go. Love it. Love it. You know, couple closing questions before I let you out of here. App development. What's that process like? Give us like the Reader's Digest version. You've got to go through, I'm guessing, an intense interview process when you're bringing developers into the company. Because basically you've got one shot to get this right, because the human race is a little fickle. So, like Marriott's got a bazillion brands now. Okay. So I don't like this one, but maybe I'll go to that one. So what is that process like, bringing in a developer and putting a good idea into application?
That's where we've really benefited from some of the first employees we brought on, like our CDO, Fernando Amadas, with many years in ERP development as he joined HIA. But one of the things that we do try to utilize is like one of our most recent developers that we hired previously worked as a BI developer and analyst for a hospitality company out of Mexico City. And so when we hire developers, we are actually looking for developers with hospitality background, not just great, phenomenal developers with SQL database structures or any, backgrounds or anything else. We are, as we bring on team members, we are always looking for team members that have had some interaction with the hospitality space beforehand. But we also, as part of our development structure is always talking to our customers, talking to our prospects, getting feedback. What are the pain points that you're experiencing? And in your current system, before you even come to us, what are your pain points? Great, here's how we can help you address them. But even once you're on HIA and our customers say, hey, we love this feature, but it would be freaking awesome if it could do this, right? And those are the things that we love to do. We love to do those freaking awesome things. We want to do those. Somebody says, hey, it works. I can do it in 3-4 clicks, but can I make it 1 click? How do we make that 1 click?
Yeah.
And so that's that really kind of that is, it takes, let's just say any construction, company can go out and build a house. But it might take an architect to build a really great house, right? Because it's the architects doing a lot more than just the builder design, right? The builder design, it's going to have the light switch right inside the door, but is that the right position for the light switch? If you think of, Steve Jobs, he got so particular, about
I was going to say anal, but particular is a good word.
Even about like the bevels on their standing desk, it needs to be this or that. And so it comes down to, I think, the user experience. There's so many great developers that are out there that are developers and coders. But that UX design is, I think, equally important about how the end user is actually going to achieve that function. Because you can take a stick and you can hammer it in, but wouldn't it be a lot better if you use the proper tool? So I think a lot of it comes down to doing that the product research, talking to your end users, getting the end use case scenarios, finding the team members that view your holistic experience mindset of the company perspective, and with a little background in the space as well. So that's been our approach, and we hope it's worked well for us so far.
Absolutely. I love it. Now, I'm going to sneak in another question here, and I'm going to duck out for a second and just put a one shot on you. Okay. That tower behind you, did you take that picture?
I did not. That was a gift from my younger sister, who actually Jamie Goss, who runs our marketing department here at Hotel Investor Apps. It's a castle in Ireland, the Emerald Isle, which is close to my heart.
Yeah.
It's not the family castle, but it's supposed to be near where the family was from. So it's just my wife and I and the family, we enjoy Ireland. So whether it's the Guinness, the or anything else, or just
Yeah.
the hospitality there as a whole. So just
Well, with the last name of Sullivan, Ireland's one of my favorites as well. And I was at that ruin, and I've taken that almost identical picture, and I've got it hanging in another room as well. And I just noticed it when I was backstage for a minute, and I went, "Oh, I know that place." So,
yeah, with my mother's last name is Flatley, so could be similar. So actually, oddly enough, my wife and I picked an interesting honeymoon location, Ireland, in January. So
I love Ireland in January.
it's
Aer Lingus has got great airfares. Every time I've been there, I've only had rain once in January. And the rest of the time I was walking around during the day with a heavy sweater on, and at night I'd put a leather jacket on over that, especially running around the Temple Bar area. But that's another story for another time. Let's wrap this up, Chip. What one thing do you want the audience to know about your company?
HIA is just driven to build the best ERP or best solution for our hospitality clients as a whole. We want to be the system that solves pain points. We want to be the system that allows you to do more with your team. Take the team out of doing manual data entry and put them on a higher tier of operations. So we're not looking to eliminate workforces or anything else, but we want the team to then focus on real value adds back to companies and organizations. Nice. So that's the one thing I'd like people to know is we're never done developing. We're just not. It's not going to happen. It's in our DNA. We're just going to keep building. We're going to keep doing something new.
Love it. All right, my friend. How about a shameless plug? How can people get a hold of you and hopefully sign a contract and start using your software?
So we'll do, that's great. So reach out to us at contact@hotelinvestorapps.com or visit us at hotelinvestorapps.com. Check out our YouTube page. Love to talk to you. Running some great end-of-year specials. I know we're going to be posting this in December, so feel free to reach out to us. Love to get you guys in the pipeline and get everyone sorted out for being as efficient as possible in 2025.
Love it. And I highly recommend your website. I was very impressed with it, and your YouTube channel as well. So,
well, thank you so much, Craig. Our marketing team will be pleased.
Good. Thank you, my friend, and I'll see you soon.
Thanks, Craig. Take care.
Well, thank you, everybody. Another great show, another industry leader, first-time guest. And you know what that means? I want to thank our good friend Matt Hostetler and the entire team at Red Roof Franchising. Give Matthew a call. Let him know the producer Danny and I sent you. They'd love to talk to you and help you become a franchisee with Red Roof. They've got quite an educational process going on as well right now. Check out our past episode with Matt that I think's been out for about 10 days now, maybe a little longer. Great episode with Matt. Goes into a lot of detail of what's going on with Red Roof. So catch that. Also, don't forget, the 8th Annual California Lodging Investment Conference, March 5th and 6th, 2025. We've moved. We've got a new location. We are now at the Westin Long Beach. So you can fly into Long Beach. You can fly into LAX if you really want to. That's painful, though. And you can still fly into John Wayne Airport. And we're just 16 miles up the coast from Newport Beach in beautiful Long Beach now at the Westin. Join us. Brands, lenders still making hotel loans and construction loans for hotels. Hard money, institutional grade as well. Some community banks should be there as well, so you can talk to them. Insurance carrier. We have got Jackie Collins from Gallagher, great insurance group. They can help you out and save you some money and time there as well, which we all need to save some money right now. And If you register now and you use the promo code EARLY, all in uppercase, at CLIconference.com, you can save $200. Now, that sale does go away on January 1st, 2025. So register today. Join us. We've got all the hotel professionals there that you need to meet. Brands, lenders, brokers, insurance, asset management, trade associations, architects, designers, so much more. Join us. Thank you. And as I am very fond of saying, be kind, share your knowledge. Now go be amazing.